Welcome back to another Alesis Creative Design video. Today we are working on a client's project. So these are two parts here. This and this are two parts from an Alesis drum kit. The parts slide together. They have little grooves that help align things. And this is kind of like a spacer. But the problem is with our client here is that he wants to use this clamp. They do a lot of open mic nights, and the Alesis drum kit takes a bit to set up and take down, and it uses a lot of these smaller bolts. But he wants to use these larger, stronger clamps with proper thumb screws, but you can't do that with this spacer because it is loose. So the goal is to measure, create the proper ID to go over this tube with the proper key, and then increase the outside diameter so that this clamp can properly hold it in place. And with that said, I've already drawn some things up, measured. We've got the original dimensions, how big the gap is, what the OD, the ID, and some detailed views of the little keyway. And then the new version of what we're going to do. So we're keeping the original ID and all of that stuff, but then we're thickening the spacer to have an outside diameter of 1.5. Again, original keyway and everything. And then he also wants another version with that's just slightly bigger, not 1.5 inches, but so we can just put more regular clamps on. But he's worried about the thinness of this spacer cracking, so just gonna make it slightly thicker. And with that said, hopefully this all goes together. It should be a pretty straightforward modeling process. Let's get into 3D CAD and get it done.
Okay, so we are making that tube. So we're going to start out with a circle and extrude that. Unfortunately, this didn't record while I was drawing it, so this is going to be really quick. Just drew a circle with inside of a circle, extruded that. That is the ID and proper OD. Next, I put a split in it, just like the original collar. The collar goes all the way from top to bottom with the split. Next, extruded a basic key. This had a sketch just like on paper, so it's a little bit wider at the bottom than at the top. Next, added some chamfers to lead into it, top and bottom. And then this is a singular chamfer at the top. I did print out the very first one without this chamfer, and it was kind of difficult to get the collar to start onto the tube, so that is what this is for. Then just added a bunch of fillets around to smooth things out. On the key, on the split, again on the key, very, very small, and then on the leading edge. And that's it. And then on the bottom side, there is no chamfer, as is not necessary, and this is what is on the build plate. So you kind of want that to be nice and flat for the best build plate adhesion. Other than that, that is it. That is the model. Didn't take too long. And you'll see it printing now. Unfortunately, the time lapse did not work, which is very frustrating, but overall, the prints came out just fine. I had to do them one at a time due to some stringing, but overall the quality was plenty good enough for the purposes of this product.
So that's the original. That is the new. It's printed in nylon, so it'll have plenty of life flexing over and over and over again. It has the little keyway, and one thing I am going to change is that the leading edges are square, both the top and bottom. I'm going to add one side on the top, I think, just here on that inside edge. Add a chamfer, so that way it starts on the tube a little bit easier, because right now it's a little bit difficult. But let's see if I can do this one hand or not. Line that key up like that. That's it. Slides right on. Clamp will do the same. Man, this is hard to do with one hand. There we go. Slides in. Loosen that up a little more. Like that. And now, you have a much stronger clamp on your Alesis frame. So, hope you enjoyed. And again, just a really simple part, but functional, and should help my client hopefully not wear out his parts so fast on his drum kit.
If you do happen to have a Alesis drum kit and are coming across this problem, this product will be STL file will be on my website at alwayscreativedesign.com. Don't be afraid to check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.